Hey Sam! Are you ready to learn a new German word today?
Absolutely, Alex. What's the word?
Today's word is
reservieren,
it means to reserve or to book something, like a table at a restaurant or a hotel room.
That sounds useful. Is that the most common meaning?
Yes, it is the most common meaning. But be careful. In English,
to reserve,
can sometimes mean to hold back or keep something for later, which isn't the case in
Deutsch,
Got it. So how do we use
reservieren,
Good question. It's a regular verb, so in the present tense, you say
ich reserviere, du reservierst,
and.
sie es reserviert,
In the past tense, you would say,
ich reservierte,
and for the perfect, you would say,
ich habe reserviert,
And how do you say it in the imperative?
that would be,
reserviere,
which is a friendly way to tell someone to reserve something.
Is there anything interesting about where this word comes from?
Yes. The word
reservieren,
comes from the Latin word,
reservare,
which means to keep back or to hold. It made its way into
Deutsch,
through Old High German. Over time, it evolved to mean specifically to book or reserve.
That's fascinating. So, it's been around for a while.
Absolutely. Now, let's break it down. The prefix generally means again or back, while
servieren,
relates to serving. So, you can think of it as serving again or holding something for later.
That makes sense.
Now, let's look at some similar words. For example, with the prefix, we have
reparieren,
which means to repair, and
reagieren,
meaning to react.
What about with the suffix?
ihren,
Sure. We have,
studieren,
which means to study, and
organisieren,
meaning to organize.
And what about compound words?
An example would be
nach Reservierung,
which means a later reservation. The last noun determines the gender, so
nach Reservierung,
is feminine.
Can you give me some situations where I might use
reservieren,
Of course. You might use it at a restaurant. You could say,
ich möchte einen Tisch reservieren.
which means I would like to reserve a table.
So, I could say,
Ich möchte einen Tisch reservieren.
Exactly. Another situation could be at a hotel. You might say,
Ich habe ein Zimmer reserviert.
meaning I have reserved a room.
got it.
Ich habe ein Zimmer reserviert.
Perfect. Lastly, if you're traveling, you could say,
Kann ich ein Ticket reservieren?
which means, can I reserve a ticket?
So, that would be,
Kann ich ein Ticket reservieren?
Yes, you're doing great.
is there a way to remember the gender of?
Reservierung.
Yes. Nouns that end in
ung.
are usually feminine. You can picture a lady with a reservation note to help remember.
That's a vivid image.
Now, let's talk about some common phrases. You might say,
Eine Reservierung bestätigen.
to confirm a reservation. Another useful phrase is,
Eine Reservierung ändern.
which means to change a reservation.
And what about similar words that I might confuse with?
Reservieren.
A common one is,
Reserviert.
which means reserved. And then there's,
Behalten.
which means to keep. They can be mixed up sometimes since they relate to holding something.
Can you give me some example sentences?
Sure. Here's one.
Ich habe einen Tisch für 2 reserviert.
Which means I have reserved a table for 2.
That sounds clear.
Another one could be,
Hast du die Tickets reserviert?
meaning did you reserve the tickets?
Got it.
And how about,
Wir reservieren oft im Voraus.
which means we often reserve in advance.
Nice.
Now, let's do a quick recall check. What does
Reservieren.
mean?
To reserve or book something.
Great. Can you give me the present tense forms?
Sure.
Ich reserviere. Du reservierst.
And,
Sie ist reserviert.
Correct. What's the past tense form for the first person?
that would be,
Ich reservierte.
Excellent. What's the imperative form?
Reserviere.
Nicely done. And can you think of a situation where you'd use this word?
yes. At a restaurant, I would say,
Ich möchte einen Tisch reservieren.
Fantastic. So today we learned about
Reservieren.
its meanings and how to use it in different contexts. Remember, it's a handy word for travel and dining.
thanks, Alex. I really enjoyed this lesson.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and you'll get even better.